Great, great, great. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. A great evening that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in this one. How are you doing, my dear viewers? I'm hoping that you are great and your week is coming on very well. We have begun yet another new week. It's a beautiful Sunday. I'm hoping that you've had a splendid, beautiful day. And so most welcome and enjoy our show tonight. This is Occupy today only on Hope TV. I'm hoping that you're there and you would like to run the whole hour with us because we have amazing things in store tonight. And I'm grateful that you chose to be with us. I'm grateful that you chose to be our viewer tonight. So most welcome, sit back, relax, enjoy, and you can grab a glass of water, sip it as you enjoy the show tonight as we still move on with a circular economy. Previously, we covered the agricultural value chain. This season, we're covering the circular economy, and it's amazing. I'm also really getting intrigued and challenged to know that people are doing amazing, amazing things to impact our society. Of course, climate action is a big focus in today's day and age, and you can be sure that people who are recycling, who are reusing, and who are using the other many of them, they are at the center of climate action, and no wonder then it becomes a beautiful season for us on Occupy today. So most welcome. I have an amazing guest in studio tonight, but before I do, my name is Kajuju Gisharo. I am a growth coach. I love to work with business people as well as individuals who want to find change in their lives and to grow from one level to the next in the areas of leadership, in the area of entrepreneurship and innovation, as well as the area of personal development. So most welcome and be with us tonight. And I just want to introduce our guest, a very young man who's doing amazing things out there. Steve, I don't want to pronounce your second name because I won't get it right. So I want you to come and introduce yourself, Steve. Karibu sana.
Thank you. First and foremost, I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be at your show. My name is Steve Mzoghori. I'm a site manager at Don't to Grow International Limited. We are a recycling company where we collect plastics and we recycle plastics. So what we do is that we are championing for the recycling of materials, whereby we are trying to have raw materials in our country. And we feel like when we are participating in such an initiative, we are reducing the waste disposals at landfills that is also getting into our rivers, making our society get sick. And we feel like this is an opportunity for us to continue spearheading on this road. And we are grateful.
Great.
Yeah.
Lovely. Karibu sana. I mean, it's amazing to see a young person speaking big things like that. And I'm just inviting the young people there. I mean, watch Steve and see the things that he's doing, managing a site, managing a collection and recycling site, and doing impactful things, even working with people in our community to ensure that we reduce the waste and you call them landfills, right? Great. So what did you call the company? Down to
Glow International Limited.
Down to Glow.
Yeah.
Wow. It is from Down to Glow International Limited. Where are you located, Steve?
We are located at South B, industrial area, Road C, off Likoni Road. We are next to the Winners Chapel Church.
Yeah. Wow, what a site. So you have a collection site there, or what is there? What would I find if I come to where Down to
Glow?
Down to Glow is, yes.
So when you come to Down to Glow, what you'll find is a collection site.
Yes.
And you'll find a factory.
Yes.
So the collection site is where you just receive materials from our suppliers. This is also the place where we have our second process, the sorting. Yeah.
So you collect,
we collect,
sort,
then sort,
and process.
Then process, yes.
And process. Wow. It must be a busy factory.
Yes.
Okay. When did this company begin and how did it begin? Where was it? Is it you who began it or someone else? Was it founded and why was it founded? Did somebody just go and see landfills of plastics, or what did they see so that they began this one?
So the company was founded in 2021 August. The company was founded by Mr. Dominic Kagwe. He's the founder and CEO.
Dominic Kagwe.
Yeah, Dominic
Okay.
Kagwe. Yes. So when we're having meetings with him, when we're discussing for the next approaches of the company, he came to tell us of how he had the idea of starting a plastic recycling company. He was in a discussion about the scraps, the metal scraps in Kenya, the nuisance it has. But he also, during the tete-a-tete with his buddies, I think they also realized that also plastic is also a nuisance in Kenya. But also in the same conversation, they were told about it bringing in income.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he understood, because he has been seeing trucks going around with plastics in Nairobi. So he saw that this is a business opportunity. So he went ahead, got the land, bought in machines, and then the business started.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So would you want to tell us what the business does? I mean, on a daily basis, what are you likely to find the people at dawn I'm almost saying dawn to dusk. So I want to get it right. It's dawn to glow.
Yes.
What are you likely to find happening at dawn to glow on a day-to-day basis?
For any new person coming to Dawn to Glow International Limited, the first thing you will see is the sorting. But this is not the first step.
Yes.
This is
and
what
sorting involves what? What is sorting?
So
what are you sorting?
We are sorting the plastics.
Yes.
Yeah, because plastics is a very wide range of all types.
Yes.
The PET, HDP, and the LDP.
What are those? LDP, PTH?
So
what? Those ones?
The LDP, if you can show us your samples of your plastic bottle, you're drinking one.
Yes.
So this is the LDP.
Yes.
No, sorry, this is the PET.
Yes.
And then the cup is the HDP.
Okay.
But also there are ranges of the HDP.
Yes.
We can have at our homes, we have the plates, which are most of them are HDP.
Okay.
And then we have the washing basins.
Yes.
We have the jerry cans.
Yes.
Those are HDP.
Okay.
There are so many other ranges of plastics, PVC, PP, PPE. But what we mainly focus at Dawn to Glow is the PET, because this is what we did our research in the market, and this is what goes at a higher rate, and we feel that it's able to assist us in getting our targets, the revenue targets. So the first step that most people don't see is the collection, or what we say in our company is the acquisition and procurement of PET raw materials. That's the first step. The second step now is the sorting, where most people will find.
So acquisition and procurement.
Yeah.
Do you buy, or there are some that you could possibly even get for free? Or
Some,
it's both?
There's some we get for free, but mostly we buy.
Yes.
The ones that we buy are from suppliers, the waste pickers, and the aggregators.
Right.
These are people who have established collection points within and outside Nairobi.
Okay.
Then they supply to us at certain prices.
Yeah.
Currently, the highest price is about 35. At the outside, I think
35 is what, per kilo?
35 per kg.
Yes.
For the kg of a bottle is 35 bob.
Right.
So the next step is the sorting.
The sorting.
Yeah, the sorting is where when you come, as I was saying, that's the first step you get to see of the factory.
Yes.
Anyone who is new. You'll find mountains of plastics separated, because these are so many buyers we haven't yet paid them.
Yes.
So we have a supervising manager, who now assigns these lumps of plastic waste to certain women.
Yes.
Mostly each lump can get about 5 women.
Okay.
So let's say in a day we have about 8 lumps.
Why do you work with women only? But we'll come to that. Let me not interfere with your line of thought. Just go on. So
we mostly sort our plastic in color.
Yes.
That's the major concern.
Okay.
Color. Blue and clear.
Why is it color-wise?
Color-wise is just because most of our buyers want to buy it segregated in the colors. Yeah.
Okay.
But the benefit of sorting at our site is to reduce the other waste that we don't need.
Right.
To reduce the contamination during the processing.
Yes.
Or the recycling process.
I hear you.
Yeah. So what we do, what happens there during the sorting?
Yeah.
There's the weighing.
Yes.
Where we weigh. They come and weigh at our weigh scale.
Yes.
When the sorting is done, and the officer in charge of recording and adding the tally,
Yes.
he sends the records to the manager. The manager decides the price for that buyer,
Yeah.
and then that buyer is paid within 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yes.
The buyer has been paid, and then now the material belongs to Dawn to Glow.
Yes.
So now we have the recycling process now begins inside the factory, where we have separate colors: the clear PET, the blue PET, we have the green PET, so all sort of colors that are available when we are doing the sorting.
Yes.
So the first step that goes into the recycling process is the removal of the wraps in the plastic bottles. Most of the bottles have the wraps for branding and other details.
Yes.
So the wraps are not PET, so we have to remove that.
Yes.
So what we do is we have a machine called a delabeler.
Yeah.
A delabeler is the machine that removes the wraps.
The labels.
Yeah, the labels, yes.
Yes.
The next step now is that we have an additional conveying system, where now we put women. It's a horizontal conveyor, it's just a horizontal one.
Yes.
We have additional women, about 2 to 4, who assist. Most of these labelers are not 100% efficient. So the women there are involved in removing the bottles which have not been removed, the plastic whole.
Yes.
So we'll have that process there. The next one now is the crushing.
Yes.
The crushing, we have a crusher, or we call it a grinder.
Yeah.
Now this is the machine which cuts the bottles into pieces. Now our operators or engineers, depending on the specifications of a buyer, will now decide on a sieve, where we'll have the sieve inside the machine. This sieve regulates the size of the pieces when cut.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So most of the buyers want between 8 mm to 14 mm of the PET plastics.
Right.
Now that's we can call it the first step of plastic recycling. Up to that point where it's cut.
Yes.
It's still a mixture,
mostly
of PET and HDP.
Yeah.
Then there's the next step, the washing line.
Yes.
The washing line, we have the first washing line, we have the flotation tank. The flotation tank, this is a machine where it's a tank.
Yes.
And then we have water.
Yes.
Then there's that machine that rotates.
Yeah.
This machine assists in separation of the plastics. The PET now floats.
Yes.
And then the HDP
goes down.
The PET goes down and the HDP floats. Now since most of our machines are not that advanced, we now have to have a manual person, have manual labor. Now we'll assign someone there who will remove the HDP manually, and then the PET will continue on the process, friction washer, assisting in removal of chemicals and that process, and then we have a clean PET. The clear blue, we package, then we put in containers, ready for purchase from any person who is involved. Most of the people we sell to, these are manufacturers. Because what we
manufacturers who manufacture what?
Manufacturers who manufacture plastics. There are so many range uses of plastics. Yeah, the same PET flex can be repurposed into another bottle. Another purpose is, I think, the textile industry also uses plastics sometimes. Maybe for zips and buttons and such, right? Yes. Okay. Other ranges, I think, the other companies, mostly the high-end restaurants, they're trying to turn away from wood. They're using their plastic waste for the table toppings. Most tables in high ends are the plastic mixture of PET, HDP added with maybe hardeners. The plastic table is very quite strong. Wow.
Oh, I tell you, there is a lot to learn, and I'm really hoping that you're picking something that when you sit back and think there are no opportunities, there are many, many opportunities. Of course, I'm curious, Steve, to know why you engage women in sorting. I've not heard you talk about men. So you woman seated there thinking there are no jobs, Steve is here. He can tell you they engage the women in sorting. Why do you use women in sorting? Why don't you use men? And in doing all these things, I've heard you say women.
I think in our factory, there are also that high energy activities. And also those heavy activities. So you feel like the sorting, we're not trying to say women are weak, but we're trying to say that they are more efficient in that. We've tried sorting with men. But their complaints we prefer...
We'll even put a green one where blue is,
yeah,
right?
yes. So they prefer heavy lifting. So we
Yeah.
have the heavy lifting later in terms of the packaging into the containers. They're also involved, men are also involved inside the recycling process.
Yes.
The feeding.
Yes.
We have operators who are men. I think we have about 2 women who are operators. But they are not involved in the closing and opening of bolts.
Yes.
So I think these are the more electrical based women.
I see. Yes. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me ask, did you study this at the university, or how did you land in this yourself, Steve?
So I landed at this industry through employment.
Oh.
My first employment, yes.
Wow.
From graduating.
Did you study this at the university?
At the university, I didn't study anything related to plastic recycling or the circular economy.
Yeah.
I did BSc mathematics.
Wow, BSc mathematics to recycling of plastic.
Yeah.
It's a different world, isn't it?
It's a different world.
I can tell you. Wow, wow, amazing, amazing. And then let me ask, so what does your business model look like? What does, how do you make the money?
We make the money mostly by selling our products, the PET, the HDP,
yes,
and the LDP.
Right.
These are just the crushed ones.
Okay.
Yeah, our main product is the PET.
Yes.
The HDP, this is just a secondary product. We just sell it to local manufacturers. There's a manufacturer nearby where we are.
Yes.
They take the HDP to make brushes.
Yes.
So we sell it to them.
Yeah.
And then the PET, we don't understand the importance of PET as a raw material in Kenya yet. So we are exporting outside the country.
Ah. Yes. You actually export some of these things outside the country. Which would you mind telling us, or? So
some of the countries we export to, Egypt.
Yes.
Egypt is amongst the biggest importers of PET in Africa, from Africa. And also Turkey.
Yes.
There's also China.
Yeah.
And then there's also Saudi Arabia.
Amazing. Yes. Wow. So what is the mission of your company? Because I'm hearing there is a combination of things that you're doing, impact that you're creating. What's really is the mission of Dawn to
Glow?
That one,
so
yes.
Our mission is to reduce plastic waste disposal.
Yes.
And so that we can divert it all from landfills and bring it into our factory for recycling.
I see.
We need to reduce the nuisance of plastic waste in our environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you fit into the circular economy? Of course, it looks a bit obvious, but it's possible that there is more detail hearing the way you're talking. Yes. How do you fit into the circular economy?
So how we fit into the circular economy, I think from the climate change perspective, we are reducing the carbon emissions because most of these plastics, if they go into the landfills, they are burnt.
Yes.
And when they're burnt, they release so much gases.
That's true.
But when you take that plastic into the recycling, and most of our machines are electrical, now we are not even in releasing any more of carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
But also, we are reducing the plastic, the carbon emissions by taking in more plastics. And in the last 4 months, what we've taken into Dawn to Glow was about 600 metric tons of plastic.
Wow.
Yes. So now you can see, using the statistics by the United Nations Environment Programs, where they say that 1 ton of plastic is about 4 kg of CO2 emissions.
Yes.
If you do the mathematics using our numbers at the moment that we have, we've reduced about 1.5 million.
Wow. Wow. In terms of carbon emissions. Wow. Amazing. And of course, you have the math over here. You're very good at math.
Yeah.
Those figures may have slipped through my fingers, but yes, I get you. The impact is real. And in terms of engaging with other partners, are there other partners you work with, or are you working alone? Do you have other partners that you align to?
Yes. We are engaged with other partners in the circular economy. Some of them are also not in the part of the circular economy.
Yes.
Most of them are in the women empowerment. But we feel like these two things can be put together for a greater future for both parties.
Great.
So we are involved with certain NGOs. These NGOs are, some of them assist us.
Yes.
Either through trainings, either through the acceleration programs, whereby our company might be young,
Yes.
and we need to understand how are we affecting change
I
through
know.
plastic waste recycling.
Yes.
Yes, so we have
So you do
programs.
lots of training and
Yes.
acceleration, and also just looking at your business model and ensuring that it is aligning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about in terms of the challenges that you're going through as an organization, but also the sphere, the space you're in? Are there challenges that you see and that you have experienced?
There are challenges. Some of them are challenges that I think they should be handled in a way that should not even be a challenge.
Yeah.
These are the licensing and compliances challenges,
It is actually a challenge.
because we are trying to get licenses to reduce plastic waste in
Yeah.
Kenya.
Yeah.
We feel like the government should assist us
Yes.
in embarking on this mission into reducing the plastic waste instance at our environment. But when we are trying to get the licenses,
Yes.
there is so many
Steps and things that you need to adhere to.
Now, we feel like we are able to now walk with these steps with the government, but at some point it's like they are trying to put us on a very long road, and we feel like we're wasting time instead of chasing what is important, reducing plastic waste. Yeah. Second one, I think challenge is funding. And finance. Mostly finance. So our company still being young, we feel like we have not yet understood the bigger aspect and how the operations in the company, because we buy plastics from people, and you can't tell somebody to wait a month so that you can give him his money because you're waiting for an order to lapse. So now we need consistent cash flow.
Yes.
To be able now to pay this with speakers, suppliers, aggregators, and we also need to expand because we need to get into every corner of Nairobi where there's plastic waste. Other challenges, I think, there are other bodies which are government sponsored. Yes. But they're pushing us to the side. Instead of now embracing us and fighting a common goal, fighting a common issue to reach a common goal, they're sidelining us. Now this puts a pressure on us, and we feel like we are being pushed to the wall instead of being welcomed into such a program to assist the government to reduce the nuisance of plastic waste.
I see. In terms of the policies and of course these issues of certification and licensing and all these things, I wonder whether there is a way you belong to certain associations that can be able to voice this for you, because when you have numbers and you're able to state this, I believe policies can be affected. Is there a way that you're doing this? Or do you belong to particular associations?
We belong to certain bodies in Kenya, that are registered in Kenya.
Yes.
We saw it fit to join these bodies because we saw that we couldn't go on our own.
Yes.
And these bodies have a track record of fighting these challenges on behalf of their members. Yes. So we are part of Kenya Association of Waste Recyclers. We are also part of Kenya Plastic Pact. Yes. Yeah, and we had a meeting recently, I think, with NEMA on the EPR plans. Yeah. Where
what are EPR plans? Sorry.
These are extended producer responsibilities.
I know, I hear you. And you'll come back to that. You'll tell me more about that. So you had a meeting with NEMA?
So the meeting with NEMA was there about extended producer responsibilities, and also now the members, being members of these bodies, and how these bodies can assist us now into getting into deep into Nairobi, getting the plastics, because most of the speakers are taking plastics from restaurants and such, but the bigger nuisance is still at the low level, the low income settlements, Sekibera, Magare, Loreti. So we need these bodies assist us in getting into those deep places and reducing that nuisance of plastic waste and other wastes, because now these bodies are able to assist us. Yes. Partner with other waste management bodies or other subsidiary bodies.
I hear you. Okay. Wow, a lot of work you're doing. And EPR now, you're calling them what in full?
So these are the extended producer responsibilities.
Yes.
So this is a global initiative, but in Kenya.
Yes.
So what they're trying to do is they want the producer to follow the life cycle of a product.
And the producer is, for example, the people who would buy the raw materials from you and
Yes.
go and produce this and the other.
Yeah.
Okay, they want them to do what?
They want them to follow their product to the end of its life cycle. So the first step, the first stage
Yes.
of the product
Yes.
is the manufacturing. The second step is the use,
Yes.
where it's sent to consumers. The third step, I think now it's we can say it's the disposal.
Yes.
After it's been used.
Yes.
Because you can't tell somebody who's just taken a bottle of water from the supermarket, put this bottle of water in your house. He has to dispose it.
That's
so
true.
Now, and also the biggest challenge in that program is that most of people are not aware of how to dispose plastics.
Definitely, yes.
So this extended producer responsibility wants the producer
Yes.
to account for their waste. Now this can be through establishing programs directly from producers
Yes.
to recyclers. Now they want this linkage between producer and
the
recyclers.
producer and the recycler.
So that when I produce 1 ton of plastics,
Yes.
instead of I, the producer, following it, where has it gone?
Yes, I hand over that to the recycler.
Yes, I can hand that roll now to the recycler. I need you to find my plastics,
Yes.
recycle them, bring me back the raw materials. Instead of now using virgin material again to produce another batch of plastics,
yes,
I can recycle and repurpose the plastics again.
I see.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. Of course, even as we take a break, I'm about to ask on educating the users on other uses of a particular item. And we'll come back to that because I hear you talk about EPR. You're calling it EPR.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, can it also be done in terms of the manufacturer educating the user? So we take a break at this point, and of course we can come back and you will answer that question. Steve, guys, it's real. I'm hoping that you're gathering something and that this circular economy, the opportunities therein, you can cite some of them, and I'm sure some of you already can see there is something that can be done. Lest we say we have no jobs, we have no opportunities, yet we have a big, big opportunity in this area that we can be able to exploit. So we take a break, a few minutes, and we'll be back. Please keep it right there.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen, or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
To get Wewe ni Mungu by Evelyn Wanjiru as your Skiza tune, SMS the word Skiza 88300028 and send to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
umepigana vita zangu. Nakupa ibada ya moyo wangu usiku wa leo.
Lovely. Thank you for keeping it right there. We are excited to come back, and we're glad that you're still there. We continue just to talk about this space of recycling plastic. Really, Steve is doing a very amazing job in managing a plant that is collecting and, of course, processing plastic for recycling. And it's amazing just to see a young person like this one who has chosen to go that road, and he's so knowledgeable. He is doing amazing things in this space of recycling plastic. And of course, just to remind you, we are on the series of the circular economy, and it's getting sweeter, it's getting better. Like I said from the onset, I'm getting really taught, I'm getting challenged, and I'm even seeing opportunities for people and where you can just position yourself and be able to do so much. So sit back, relax, enjoy, listen in, pay attention. If it needs that you take a notebook to just take down some notes, please do, so that you learn and so that you can see how this will work out for you. So yes, Steve, as we were taking a break, I was asking about, you called it the extended producer responsibility. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Extended producer responsibility. And I was curious to know, so for example, the manufacturer of, say, some cooking fat, and they package that fat in a bucket. And of course, I'm imagining that this bucket, they would take it upon themselves to educate the users, who could be restaurants as well as domestic users, that these buckets can be used for, and so they demonstrate even through a movie, through a clip or something, and they put out content there to show the user what they can be able to utilize this bucket on. Is that something doable? Is this something that we have seen done, or am I just imagining things?
From the meetings we've had with
Yes.
NEMA,
Yes.
the National Regulatory about Environment Issues,
Yes.
these are some of the things they talked about, and they said that they are pushing for the producers now to be responsible in their products.
Yes.
Now they have to create awareness about their products.
Yeah.
Are these products hazardous?
Yes.
If their product is not hazardous, how can they be recycled?
Yes.
So there's that awareness.
Yeah.
The awareness programs can be through advertisements.
Yes.
Can be through school programs where they go to schools to educate children.
Yes.
Because these are also some of the programs that we feel the government should address.
I know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, through such programs,
Yes.
they can push for the producers to have systems in schools,
Yeah.
or they can the government itself through NEMA.
Yeah.
They can go to schools, establish education programs in the schools, whereby they are telling their children that this and this is recyclable.
Yes.
And they can push for a future where we have people who understand that plastic is not just to be disposed anyhowly.
Yeah.
You can recover it,
Yes.
put it somewhere,
Yes.
and then it can be recycled again.
I hear
Instead,
you.
we don't need to have mountains
Yes.
of waste.
Yeah.
This waste can bring so many diseases.
I hear you. And of course, even as we talk about the manufacturers, or the people who are using this, people who are manufacturing these, it's upon them also to think how creative they can be in terms of the shapes, the sizes, and all these of their articles, so that they can be reused, or they can be, repurposed. Yeah. I'm only imagining containers like those, what I'm calling the buckets, or, how one would need to think outside the box and see this is something that can actually be used for something else instead of throwing it away. It can be repurposed, it can be reused. Great. I think we're moving on very, very well. And I'm just wondering whether, even as you do your business, are there standards? Are there, like I hear on the medical side of things, they have standards that they adhere to even as they do their business. For your business, are there standards that you adhere to? Are there standards that you must subscribe to? I don't know.
Yes, I think every business needs to have standards.
Yes.
For it to maybe assign itself targets,
Yes.
assign itself objectives.
Yes,
And also, the standards themselves sometimes come from the buyers.
that's true.
So we now have to subscribe to the standards of the buyer.
Uh-huh.
One of the standards from the buyer is that it should be clean.
Yes.
Also, there is a issue with contamination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some other plastics are, even though they're in the same category,
Yes.
some other plastics can be contaminating the larger volume of what is to be. Yeah. So we have quality assurance officer in our
Yes.
factory. Before the bag is closed,
Yes.
they can come there and check the bag
Yes.
to see if there's any other. For what we sell is PT.
Yes.
We don't want to put in HDP to it for our buyers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Also, another standard is that the size.
Yes.
Our customers, our buyers
Yeah.
want between 8 millimeter to
Yes.
14 millimeter.
Uh-huh.
I think this is because the next process
Yes.
of processing of plastics, into
Yes.
they're either used either to pelletize, either to repurpose the plastics.
Uh-huh.
When it's in that size,
Yes.
it doesn't incur any more cost
I
to break
see.
it down further.
Okay. So could be shape, could be size,
Yeah.
could be the cleanliness of the same, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. I hear you. Yeah, just like any other industry. But even as you talk about the quality assurance person,
Yeah.
I am curious to know, and I'm asking for a friend, I'm asking for you who is wondering what are the sort of jobs that one can even find in such a factory. I know somebody somewhere may not even be thinking about the business side of things. They may be thinking about job opportunities. So what are the sort of jobs that you find in such a factory? Who are the people you work with, Steve?
The people we work with, I myself included,
Yes.
a manager,
Yes.
manage the factory.
Uh-huh.
The next person you can find in that hierarchy we have is that we can find a procurement officer.
Procurement, yes.
Involved in acquiring materials, the raw materials, the
Yes.
PT plastic scraps.
Yes,
And then the next person you can get is a site overall site supervisor.
yes,
This is the person who is now involved in assigning
Yes.
duties to the people who are hired.
yeah,
There is now the site overall supervisor
yeah,
can now assign duties such as sorting, where we sort the colors, as I
yeah,
said.
yeah,
Inside we can have the feeders, because we now have to manually feed into the conveyor.
yeah,
Then now we have the drivers and the operators. The operators are routine maintenance of the machinery, because our machine needs constant maintenance and repairs, because we need to have the machines ready for the next day.
I hear
So
you.
we need operators, and then we need electrical engineers. These are people who are just involved in keeping the company lit. The
Yes.
company has electricity
Yes.
consistently, so that our processes are not shut.
Yes,
Next, I believe we can have now the bag closers.
okay,
Yeah, because before the bag is closed, they need the inspection, the quality assurance, and
Yes.
then there's a closer.
okay,
The closer, we have a machine whereby there's a guy who does that.
yeah,
The director, the founder and CEO, Mr. Dominic Kagwe,
yes,
insisted on reducing automation to only crushing. So he wants most levels of the departments
Yes.
to be manual.
okay,
It feels like in trying to empower people, you
Yes.
can't empower people when you're having machines work for them.
I hear you.
So now he's putting people to close the bags.
Yes.
Then we had loaders. These are people we now take not every day, but routinely, maybe in, every week,
Yes.
Friday and Saturday, when
Yeah.
loading into the containers
Yeah.
for storage. Yeah.
And as you talk about it being manual, the people working there physically is really part of your sustainability model, because you're impacting the social, the people who are within there. When I hear you talk about the women and other people who work, really, you're impacting them by providing the jobs that are needed by them to, keep running.
Yeah.
But also, I would like to know, in terms of challenges, I know I had asked this earlier, but I want to find out, are there challenges that you have in terms of staffing? This is an area of can be an area of challenge. And even if we're talking about having people running with it, it can be quite an area of challenge. Do you have challenges with staffing?
I believe there are challenges. Challenges can come from communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in a company that is growing and hasn't found a stability yet, challenges are that I believe the first challenge can arise is communication.
Yes.
Each department feels they have a unique role,
Yes.
but they don't have the integration.
Yeah.
Each department.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the other challenge.
Yeah.
Other challenge, I believe we have most people within Nairobi
Yeah.
are semi-skilled.
Yeah.
So you might get an operator who is not even skilled at operating such a machine.
Yes.
But we believe that instead of telling him no, you want certain experience, we can tell him, okay, start here.
Yeah.
We can guide you going forward.
Yes.
Because most of these operators have consultants.
Yeah.
So we can take a consultant for about 2 months,
Yes.
teach this newly operator. Because we feel like if we educate you on this machine
Yes.
and you have the knowledge,
Yes.
you can we can now take advantage. We can have an advantage from your skills for a longer period of time.
That's true.
And assisting you through.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Really great things that Dawn to Glow is doing. I love it. Dawn to Glow is doing in terms of collecting and recycling plastic. And of course, they fit right in the middle of the circular economy. But of course, Steve, I am actually really curious to know the future plans of you as a company, which is at the center of the circular economy, but also Kenya. Where do you see Kenya in this space? Because you've been there, you've tested it, you've seen what is happening. Where is the future? What does it look like?
The future for plastic waste management, when it comes to Dawn to Glow,
yes,
we believe Kenya still doesn't understand the impacts or the issues that arise from a poor waste management.
Yes.
So we feel that for us to be able to now impact the society through recycling, we now then again have to create awareness. So our future plans are that we need to have more programs.
Yes.
To now reach out to people.
Yeah.
We can have site programs where we can now have exposure visits to the factory. But before that, we need now to go, the program, as I was saying, with schools.
Yes.
We need now to go down to the schools level because we need to start empowering from the lowest form.
I hear you.
The children.
Yeah.
Because
it's a culture change, actually,
you
right?
have to change the culture from down.
Right down there.
Yeah, so that we can grow with them, so that they can understand.
Yeah.
You need to recycle your waste.
Yes.
If it's recyclable, it should be recycled.
Yes.
If it's to be incinerated, it has to go into an incineration facility.
Yes.
So we need to have that we want to expand.
Yes.
To grow ourselves through the awareness campaigns.
Yeah.
We need to, other future plans is that we feel that we are giving raw materials to the other developing countries or more developed countries.
Yeah.
And they are selling bright back products.
I know.
To us.
Yeah.
So what we want is we want to expand.
Yes.
In the next 2 or 3 years, so that we can have machinery and facilities.
Yes.
that are able to give us the final product of what we want to achieve from that.
See.
Instead of buying an example of a plastic product that is different from a bottle is the Crocs. The Crocs
the Crocs that we wear.
Yeah.
How about fencing poles? I've seen there's a lady I
yes.
know who's doing very amazing fencing poles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to grow our business into having that level of understanding.
Yes.
We need to, instead of selling raw materials,
yeah,
why don't we use our raw materials to create products for ourselves?
Yes.
And I believe also this will now also improve our economy.
Yeah.
Instead of now selling, and then we may be selling at higher prices, but then again, when they're returning the products, they're returning at a higher price again.
It becomes a higher price. Yeah. So we are enriching the other economy instead of enriching ours.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. And is this knowledge out there, or is it something hidden? You know, because really, I mean, if you guys are producing and you're exporting, how many more are doing such? Is this knowledge out there? I don't know.
I believe there are efforts, by the government.
Yes.
But these efforts are either not reaching the people it needs to reach to.
Yes.
But this
More needs to be done.
more needs to be done.
Yeah.
Government needs to be involved
Yes.
more
Yeah.
in creating awareness.
Yeah.
So also in terms of maybe funding.
Yeah.
Because most people want to go into this venture
Space.
and the industry, yeah,
Yes.
and the recycling, and the recycling is wide. In the
It
circular
is.
economy, it's not only plastic waste,
Yes.
there's organic waste,
Yes.
and there's other wastes.
Yes.
So the government needs to come and settle with these manufacturers,
Yeah.
recyclers, and tell them, okay, how can we assist,
Yeah.
and how can we push forward for our country to
Great.
not have waste.
Lovely.
The future that we believe we're envisioning together with the founder of,
Yes.
of the company
Yes.
is that we want to see Kenya adopt more production in Kenya.
Yes.
Instead of us pushing to buy things from outside countries.
Yes. How can we be
Yeah.
producers?
How can we be producers on our own self?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. And when you spoke about Crocs, I could already see a factory that is doing those.
Yeah.
Because we wear them. Those are the shoes our children and everyone around will wear on a casual day, right?
Yes.
Wow, amazing. And imagine our time runs so fast when you're talking about the things that you love to do, Steve. But it's amazing just to have you in studio, for you to shed light and for us to see the things that you're doing in recycling plastic, to see the opportunities, to see where one of us can plug in, and just to know that there is a whole big world out there in terms of plastic recycling. So my dear viewers, I'm hoping that you're getting something and that this doesn't leave you there. It leaves you just to think and see where you can plug in and what can be done. But before we close, I would like to just give you an opportunity, Steve, to do a parting shot, then we can close.
Thank you. So my parting shot, I think, will be a call of action. We really need to reduce the nuisance of plastic waste in our environment.
Yes.
Aside from plastic waste, because that's what I'm doing, we need to reduce in general waste.
Yes.
And also the call to action now will be that we need to involve the communities.
Yes.
We need to involve women.
Yeah.
We need to involve children.
Yes.
We need to involve men, the
Yes.
youths. Also to the government, I think they need to now assist us, either through funding,
Yeah.
through networking opportunities.
Yes.
We need to, because we might be selling to certain region
Yes.
product.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another region which wants our products at a better price.
I
See, now
know.
getting at better prices,
Yeah.
we'll now be able to improve our incomes.
Yes.
So that's, and I'm also grateful
Yes.
to be here.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Karibu. Thank you, Steve. What a young man. What a recycler. Can I call you a recycler comfortably, right? You're doing amazing things, and we thank God for young people, for people who are doing things just to impact our environment in the right way, people who are creating impact and engaging our local communities even as we change lives one at a time. So we thank you so much, Steve, for finding time to be with us in studio. Thank you, my dear audience, for being there. Thank you for keeping it right there and for just listening to us even as we speak about recycling plastic. I'm hoping that this will challenge you to do something, that even when you take your water in that plastic bottle, you can think, how can you get it right to the recycler so that we don't create masses of in pollution and not cause some change within our society. So that said, we come to the end of our show tonight. It's been great. It's been real. We've enjoyed ourselves, and I'm sure you have done the same. So with that, we say kwaheri for now.